We'll just do a practice one here first, and
Okay.
if it goes out perfectly, then we'll just do it over again. No,
Okay.
No way in hell. Well, hello everyone, it is me, Scott. You know that guy that you occasionally stumble across here on YouTube? Today I have my very first guest, so I'm going to be a little nervous, so you could all point and giggle at me now. But don't point at this gentleman right here. This is Mr. Rick Ramby, making sure I'm not in the way of what he's got for us here. Rick Ramby brought us the HMMAT, the prize that they will be giving away from the $10 raffle. This is Rick. Once again, the one, correct?
That's correct.
So, Rick, what got you involved with this project with Chris Morgan, first of all?
Just like you're saying, Chris Morgan had reached out to me, and he said, hey, we have a birthday anniversary coming up for the HMMAT podcast. I want to use my one sculpt that he had just completed. And then he said, will you work with me on this? I'll send you a blank and you finish it for the raffle. And then we will open a $10 entry raffle for that podcast the night of March 31st. And they will do a live drawing, and people will actually call in, and the winner will actually have to call in on the air live during that podcast.
Just from knowing all that information myself alone, I can't help but, like, when you initially arrived here, I was stunned by what you have right here. And this is the one, once again, that will be raffled off.
This is the one.
This is the one. I'll be darned. I hope I'm not in your guys' way. I'm sorry. I haven't been seeing it this long. I'm going to be honest with every single one of you. I put my $10 in, so there's a good chance it could be coming back here. But then again, I might just tell Rick to keep it here, and you guys are screwed, period. So, Rick, how long have you been doing this sort of thing?
I would say I got into the Myers hobby at the end of 2014 seriously. And that was after many years of kind of looking for a mask that actually remotely looked familiar or realistic to the movie. And I got online and essentially found a whole subculture, or all of these groups of people that also loved the Michael Myers mask as much as I did. So, and then I learned that there was this whole group of independent artists out there, or indie artists, that were producing incredibly realistic masks. My first mask that I ever ordered from an independent artist was a Cemetery Gates production, Fear, and that was in 2015 from Terry Lambert. And as soon as I got that mask at my house and opened the box, I realized why independent artists' masks were more expensive than all these store-bought things that I had seen and bought for years. The quality difference was apparent from the finish, the quality of the latex, all the way down to the hair, the weathering, and, essentially it looked like something that could have come, right out of the movie screen. So that kind of started the, I guess, minor obsession with trying to figure out, because I had an artistic background, I kind of figured, well, I think I could learn how to do this stuff myself instead of just becoming a collector. It would give me a opportunity to kind of revitalize my artistic juices and be able to, do something mask related. So, I spent about 10 million hours online and talking to people, and kind of learned how to do my first ground up Myers sculpt. I looked at videos online from people like Alan Hops and other artists on how to make two-piece molds once you have the sculpt done, and then how to pour latex, how to pull it out. So after hours and hours, and I can't imagine how many days I've spent, researching how to do this kind of stuff. And then through trial and error, I kind of learned how to start finishing masks and herring masks. And I got feedback from other artists, which were very helpful. People like Tyler Adams, Nick had helped out when I reached out. And then Chris Morgan had reached out to me and said, hey, I'd like to help you with your newest sculpt. And that was over a year ago. And I've probably talked to Chris almost every day since then. And he kind of, became a really good friend and a mentor, and has really given me a lot of solid advice that I think has brought my skills to the level that they are right now.
Yeah, and Chris definitely knows what he's doing. There's no
Absolutely.
doubt about it. He's been doing it. What did he told me recently? Is it 19 years he's been doing this now?
It's been a long time. Yep. He was one of the artists. There were 3 artists that I noticed right away when I first got into it that I thought, wow, these guys do incredible work. Chris's company at the time, WMP, was one of them. MCS or Masket Case Studios with Brian Hoffman was another, and Terry Lambert with Cemetery Gate Productions, because I felt like these guys were making products that looked like they were already sent to another artist and finished, which to be able to have Chris work with me and help me out, it's been an honor, and the friendship is the best part. So again, him and I collaborated on the Genesis 3.0 project at the end of 2017, and so it was kind of a natural, partnership for us to be able to partner on this raffle mask for the HMMAT podcast birthday celebration.
Well, Rick, as you're telling me this, naturally, I'm looking at this piece right here, and I'm trying to get all of you guys to see it as well. Every single one of you out there that obviously collect like we do here, you know exactly what I'm saying. You just, for some reason, when you see it in person, it's nothing like what you see in photos, video. And I'm standing here right now, and I, as you can see, granted, you've been seeing it from there, but look at that, if you can. In other words, if you went to the bathroom right now, hurry the hell up. Check this out. This is absolutely amazing. Between what you've done to it, and this is obviously a piece that Chris has been, wow. I'm just absolutely amazed by this. Because there's something about the side profile, it really says H1 right there.
It does.
Big
It
time.
really does. It's a fantastic sculpt. And it was really fun to work with, and I think the result turned out great. Whoever wins this mask is going to be lucky, because I don't like to keep my own work. I'm just weird about that, but this would be a mask that I would be proud to have in my collection.
You should be. I mean, you're doing amazing work right here, and you've spent so many man hours, like you said earlier, doing research after research after research, and everything that you have been learning and physically doing yourself right here is absolutely phenomenal. Right, this is amazing.
And for those people that would be entering, this is the chance to win a $350 mask for as little as $10. So.
And that's what I was thinking too. Like I stated, I put $10 in. If you put 20 or 30, obviously you just tripled your chances at that point.
Yep.
Or even 50. Okay, you just spent less than. How much is a TOTS average? About $60.
That's right.
We all know. Nothing against TOTS. I'm very thankful for that company. They make some really well. I own. You guys have seen the TOTS that I have, but when it comes to Myers, yeah, we all know. The H6 is probably their best one, I think.
Yep. I agree 100%.
But this is phenomenal. I'm highly impressed. And what is the size of this right here?
This is a 24-inch mask, so that is the size.
That's my perfect size right there. I kid you not. From all the masks that I have tried on, the 24, Okay, well, I'm glad.
Unfortunately for me, it isn't. I think I'm one of those guys that probably needs a minimum of 24 and a half and possibly 25. I just can't seem to get Myers masks on my head, but that's me.
The one that I ordered from Nag Mask, the cover, it's a 24 and a half, and it seems to fit me like I'm gonna say it. I feel like I'm wearing lingerie when I'm wearing that thing. So I've had some requests, not from you guys, but I've had some requests. So yeah, but 24. It just, man. Well, I don't know, Rick. I'd say first of all, I know Chris and Kevin are having a huge part of all this. I know you've put a lot into this yourself, a lot of man hours. If you were doing this in like 30 minutes, which I know that's impossible, I don't even know why I was going at that direction, but basically you put a lot into this. Kevin and Chris are putting a lot into it, and for just to start off with the raffle at $10, this is a steal.
Yep.
I mean, an absolute steal.
It is. I mean, if I didn't make it and someone else had done this, I would definitely have put money in to try to win it. It would be a no-brainer.
Wow. And of course, the t-shirts. They sent me one. Chris and Kevin, it's not your guys' fault. Like I've stated, I'm on a diet, so we just have it represent right here. And I believe they're selling these for what, $20?
Yes, I believe so. On the and they have a link on the podcast site for the. Because
that is a really cool design. When I seen that, I was like, "Hey, that's cool. That'd be a good bumper sticker."
Yep.
All right. Well, here's another thing that I'm impressed. I'm gonna say it right now. This is the first take. I would have screwed this up. Rick, you're going to get me out of a job, so I better start learning how to do masks here, that's for sure. You did a great job on this, and this. And
I appreciate it. For any of you that don't know, me and Scott are semi-neighbors. I live about 15 minutes just north of here, so
same town.
It's a small world.
Yeah. That's definitely, it's made it very convenient for you, that's for sure. Or, of course, which I will be heading up in your direction later on to take my son home, so.
Yep.
We're not going to say where he lives because we got to protect our kids. We live somewhere in Ohio. There we go.
where it's still cold, by the way.
Yeah. No, I forgot. I got it on airplane mode. Never mind. Well, Rick, thanks for bringing this guy by. God. All you guys have to do, it is at 9:30. Chris made that very clear. This coming Saturday, not in 2 weeks. That is my fault. I don't know. That's what happens when you get old kids. So this coming Saturday, March 31st, at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay? Rick already made it very clear. You have to obviously subscribe to their channel. I've made that clear. At least I didn't screw that up. It's very simple. If you guys know how to go online and play your video games, you can figure out how to subscribe to the, HMMAT. I always get my tongue in the way. And to win a mask, a raffle at $10, a highly well-made designed mask for $10. You'd be a fool not to try. Not to mention with that chat room, we're all going to be hanging out there having a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool having that live chat and the call-in ability, and I think they've already sent out the phone number as well. So
I put it on the last video that I did where I screwed up the 2 weeks when it's one. I actually went back and added the phone number on there. Well, Rick, thanks for bringing this guy along.
Oh, you're welcome.
Ramby, everyone, you guys follow him on. Can they follow you on Facebook? Is that okay?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page, Rick Ramby, or the October 7 Studio page. Is also where I show some of my work.
Well, I'll have to make sure. If you don't want to accept me, I can understand why, but I did not know that.
And I probably won't. But.
I didn't blame him, so. And of course, you're with the rest of us at the HMMAT, the horror movies and masks and toys. It's horror movies, masks, and toys. It's, you guys know me. I'm numb. See, there I go. I'm numb. I'm known to stumble a lot. So you're a member there as well, like so many of us. Which brings up a good point, and I'm going to try my best to shut up here. If there's 4,000 of us that are subscribed to the HMMAT, Horror Movies, Masks, and Toys at the Facebook group, then there could be, oh, this might be overwhelming for Kevin, but there could be 4,000 of us there Saturday night at 9:30, 9 Eastern time. So if you live in California or England, if you live in England, 2 o'clock in the morning, if you're out partying with your friends, you could party with us at 9:30. So,
and there's definitely still time to contact Chris and put your bid in for the mask, the raffle mask. So
I keep on trying to remind myself because that camera right there gives a really good. I'll probably edit that part out, right? Well, who cares? Like you said, there's still time. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to mention it. Chris, I remember in one particular episode, it's usually like the day before.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You might have just said that. Like I said, I started thinking that as soon as you said that. So it's the day before because people have asked that, and I always forget something. Guilty at that. So, well, Rick, other than from what you've brought here, from everything else we talked about, is there anything else that you could think of before I tell everybody goodbye? And
I don't think so. I think we covered it.
okay. Well, there you go. Once again, folks, this is obviously the one that you can win Saturday, March 31st, 9:30 Eastern Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But remember, you have to subscribe. You have to be there in the chat room. And more importantly, you got to make sure that in the email that you give Chris or Rick your phone number because, you know, when they call you, you have to be there, obviously, to respond. Because that's, you know, kind of important. If you don't answer your phone, if you're not a part of the chat room that night, sorry. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not trying to sound rude, but, you know, there's somebody else that's going to be there that will want this mask, so make sure you're there. At home. You don't have to be over there, but at home. You know,
yep,
some people may ask you, well, where is it at? It's in your convenience of your home. If you've got a desktop or a laptop, I think that's probably the best bet.
Yeah.
I mean, if you use your phone, that's one thing, but in other words, if you're like me and you're blind as a bat, so that does help. So, well, Rick, I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody goodbye, and if you like what you're seeing here, naturally hit that subscribe button, because I love all your guys' attention out there. Naturally hit that bell. That'll let you know the next time I have Rick over to show some more of his masks, or I do an unboxing of something that I found at Walmart, so, which I doubt. I don't do Walmart. Alrighty, guys. Well, once again, the one, 9:30. That's right, HMMAT. I always screw it up, podcast. I'll see you guys there Saturday. Rick, are you calling in?
Yes, I will be there.
I'm going to try to call in, but I'm going to try to do it briefly because I have a tendency of talking over people and not knowing when to shut the hell up. All right, see you guys. Take care. Bye.
We'll see you.